Yes, what's up, ladies and gentlemen? This is Russell Jones coming right back at you. MMA related topic video. Just got to watch Ultimate Fight Night main event. Anthony Rumble Johnson versus Alexander Gustafsson. Was a pretty good card. We had a couple of quick KOs, and we might have actually had some controversial finishes, but we still had a pretty good night of fights. Now I'm going to start off with the first fight of the card, which was Akira Kurosawa versus Sam Sicilia, and this fight was quick and short, but we got a nice, quick, sweet KO from Sam Sicilia. So Sam Sicilia, never seen him fight before, but I am impressed with his power. Sam Sicilia goes out with a bang, with a quick KO in the first round. Next fight, we had Phil Davis versus Ryan Bader. Now, both these guys are trying to get a title shot. Clearly, Phil Davis, you could tell he's been working on his kicks. You could tell he's been working on his striking, because we all know that Phil Davis has some of the weirdest looking striking, probably in the whole sport. But, Ryan Bader, he's working on his hands. You could tell that, he feels like he has an advantage with his hands, and Ryan Bader wins in a 3-round fight. Now, I personally thought that Phil Davis was winning this fight, but the judges, they didn't see it that way. Phil Davis was landing kicks, man. He was landing so many kicks. I don't think that Ryan Bader was expecting for Phil Davis to throw all those kicks. And when I tell you he was landing those kicks, he was landing so many kicks. Don't get me wrong, Ryan Bader was landing his jabs too. He was landing his punches. But I felt like Phil Davis outstruck him a little bit. But that's not how they saw it. In the third round, he was able to get a slam. It wasn't really a slam on his head. He slammed him on his head a little bit. It wasn't a big slam. But I don't know if they gave him the fight because of that. But to me, throughout the whole fight, Phil Davis was landing so many kicks. I felt like that was basically enough to get him to win. But that's just my opinion. That's not how the judges felt. So we're going to move on from that. But Ryan Bader does go out with a win. And I am kind of shocked because I, honest to God, felt like Phil Davis won that fight. Next, we had Dan Henderson versus Gegard Mousasi. And ladies and gentlemen, you're probably going to come out thinking that this was a controversial knockout. Gegard Mousasi wins by KO. He is the first guy to finish Dan Henderson, if I'm not mistaken. Dan Henderson, he'd never been finished before until tonight. But Dan Henderson, he got punched in on the forehead. It sort of like he got grazed to me, but he got punched on top of the head, and he went down. And then, Gegard Mousasi is going on top of him. He's trying to land punches, but the referee, he stops the fight. And it seems like to me that he could have let the fight go a little extra longer. Give him like a couple of 10 seconds, give him time to reset, and maybe he can get back on defense. Maybe he can get back up. And I felt like he didn't give Dan Henderson, I felt like the referee didn't give Dan Henderson enough time to get back up. Thus, Dan Henderson loses this fight by KO, and that is unfortunately because I like Dan Henderson. He is a legend, and I'm guessing that Dan Henderson is not retiring, so we're going to see what Dan Henderson goes from here. But Gegard Mousasi knocks out Dan Henderson by KO. Alexander Gustafsson versus Anthony Rumble Johnson. Now, this fight is really, really important because it's for the #1 contendership for Jon Jones light heavyweight title. So a lot of people are investing time in this fight. We all want to see who's going to fight Jon Jones next. Let's be honest. We all want to see who Jon Jones is going to fight next, and that's what this fight is basically for. Who's going to get the next shot? Now, it's like this. This fight probably didn't go like you had thought. This fight was shorter than probably what you had thought. Alexander Gustafsson, unfortunately, did not come through because he got KO'd. He got KO'd by Anthony Rumble Johnson. Anthony Rumble Johnson is a beast. Period and point blank. Like, this guy is a beast. It's hard to believe that this guy used to be a middleweight. I think he fought a welterweight too. So he was a welterweight, if I'm not mistaken, before. But I know he did fight in the middleweight. He's in the light heavyweight division. Just like the UFC just bring him back, and all of a sudden he's just dominating guys. He is knocking guys out, and these guys aren't chumps. Like, he is knocking out some of the cream of the crop. He is finishing them. Alexander Gustafsson is considered to be like, the second or third best fighter, in the light heavyweight division, and he took him out. He took him out, man. I'm not going to say that he did it easily, but he did, you know, he sort of made it look easy. Alexander Gustafsson had poked him in the eye within probably like 2 minutes of the fight, but that didn't matter because he clearly didn't poke him in the eye bad enough to the point where Anthony Rumble Johnson couldn't see his face, because he clearly landed that overhand right onto his face. You know, he didn't really do a good job, in my opinion, of working the distance. You know, I guess, you know, he was trying to circle him, but Anthony Rumble Johnson was able to cut off the cage, so he didn't allow him to do all that circling. Some people probably thought that Alexander Gustafsson was just gonna walk right through him because, you know, he's tall. He's like 6'6". I think Anthony Rumble Johnson might be 5'11" or 5'10", if I'm not mistaken. But it didn't go that way for Alexander Gustafsson. It went the way of Anthony Rumble Johnson. He knocks him out. He KOs him. He was able to get him down to the ground. He goes for punches, and some people might say that the fight should have ended really, really quickly, because when he landed those punches after he knocked him down, when he was getting on top of him and he was landing these punches, Alexander Gustafsson was taking some hard shots. Like, those are some hard shots, man. Like I tell you, Anthony Rumble Johnson is a beast. So when he's punching you, man, there's a good chance that this guy can give you brain damage. And it wouldn't surprise me if he has a broken jaw, or if he has some sort of fracture on his jaw, or even his head, because he was taking some hard shots. Now, for me personally, I thought that it was a fair stoppage. I don't think it was really too controversial. Some people can argue that, but personally, for me, I didn't think it was too controversial. When he stood up, you can tell he didn't really know where he was, and he was thinking, like, oh man, he had that look like, oh man, not like it looked like he didn't know where he was, to be honest with you. But this was a good night of fights. I am interested in seeing Jon Jones versus Anthony Rumble Johnson. That was a great night of fights, in my opinion. You should have saw it because, well, it was free. So, this is Wazum Jones. Ladies and gentlemen, if you haven't done so, please hit that subscribe button. You won't get a ticket if you click it. I'm out. Deuce.